Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning everyone. I'm Gita Putri Rahmat. Now I would like to explain exploring the use of can and can't for expressing ability and permission. For the outline, the first, the purpose of study, the second, introduction to can and can't, the third, using can to express ability, using can to show inability, using can for permission, using can for refusing permission, forming question with can, practice activity, common mistakes with can and can't, and the last, recap and summary. Now, purpose and objective. The purpose of exploring the use of can and can't for expressing ability and permission is to inform and help learners understand how these modal verbs are used in everyday communication. And for the objectives, the first, understanding ability, understanding permission, practical application, pronunciation and sentence structure, and the last, contextual use. Now, what are can and can't? Can is a modal verb used for expressing ability and permission. Then, can't is the negative form of can used to express inability or refusal of permission. Can and can't are very important modal verbs in English. We use them every day to talk about what we can do and what we are allowed to do. In this lesson, we will explore their different uses. Now, can to show ability. There are 3 pictures in this section. The first, I can swim. The second, she can play the piano. And the third, we can speak English. We use can to talk about things we are able to do. For example, I can swim means swimming is something I'm able to do. And she can play the piano means she has the skill to play it. Now, can't to show inability. In this section, there are 3 pictures too. The first, I can't drive. The second, he can't speak Spanish. And the third, they can't cook. Can't is used to talk about things we are not able to do. For instance, I can't drive means driving is not something I can do. He can't speak Spanish means he doesn't have the ability to speak Spanish. For the next slide, can to ask for and give permission. Can I go to the bathroom? Can we leave early today? Can you help me with this? Can is also used to ask for permission. For example, if you need to leave the classroom, you might ask, can I go to the bathroom? Or can I leave early today? It's a polite way of requesting something. Now, can't to refuse permission. You can't leave the room until the bell rings. You can't eat in the library. She can't use her phone during class. Can't is also used to refuse permission. For example, you can't leave the room until the bell rings. Means you are not allowed to leave. Similarly, you can't eat in the library is a rule or restriction. Now, forming question with can. Can I? Can we? Can you? When we ask question using can, we use the structure can plus subject plus verb. For example, can I sit here? Or can you pass the salt? These are both polite ways of asking for permission. Now it's time to practice. Work with a partner. Ask and answer questions about ability using can and can't. And then take turns asking things like, can you play soccer? And answer using can or can't. Now, common mistakes to avoid. There are two mistakes. The first mistake, I can't to play football. That's incorrect. And correct form or correct sentence is I can play football. And mistake 2, she can sing. That's incorrect. The correct sentence, she can sing. We don't use to after can. So I can to play football is wrong. It should be I can play football. And then another mistake is adding an s to the verb after can. Like she can sings. The correct form is she can sing. Now recap and summary can and can't. To summarize, can is used for expressing ability and permission, while can't show inability or refusal of permission. Remember that can is also used in questions and requests. For the references, Practical English Usage by Michael Swan and English Grammar in Use by Raymond Murphy. That's my explanation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.